The NLCS is here. We've got the Dodgers 26-man NLCS roster. We're going to break it down. We've got some additions, who's on, who's off. Also, who will the Brewers be throwing out there in a bullpen game for Game 1? What will that Dodgers lineup look like? That will be released in just a matter of moments. So we're going to break it all down. I got predictions, keys to the series. We'll hear from Dave Roberts, Blake Snell, and more. That's coming up next on Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball. Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You got it, Roy, the parade. We got a parade. The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series. Starts the 50-50 club. Monkey magic. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out. What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. My name is Doug McKain. I cover the Dodgers for Dodgers Nation. You can follow me on X and Instagram at Dmac_LA. If you haven't yet, do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if you want to support every single episode, more content, more giveaways, just want to support your boy, drop a comment and hit that like button down below. Also, do me a huge favor, join our Discord channel, and I can see you by my hat, the LA Sports Report. That is my new show, the LA Sports Report, where we talk about Dodgers, but we do breakdowns over there, different types of Dodgers content, highlights, breakdowns, rumors, all kinds of fun stuff, but also Lakers, Rams, Chargers, USC, UCLA, Kings, LAFC, Galaxy, Sparks, whatever it is. If they're talking about in the world of LA sports, we're going to talk about it over at the LA Sports Report. So go find it and comment LASR on one of our videos, and you'll be eligible to win a Dodgers Clayton Kershaw 3,000 strikeouts bobblehead. Also, Luka Doncic jersey giveaway pretty soon. It's all kinds of awesome stuff over there. But it is here, ladies and gentlemen. The Dodgers 8 games away, 8 wins away, I should say, from another World Series title. Tonight, the NLCS begins in Milwaukee, and it's going to be electric. It's the NLCS, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not buying this whole underdog approach from the Brewers. I'm not buying it. I really am not. And we'll hear from the Brewers manager very soon here, and he's really trying to play this up. Pat Murphy is a great manager. I think he's very, very talented at optimizing the talent that he does have, but they're trying to make it seem like this is the average Joes versus the Monstars, and he's trying to play that up. I'm going to tell you why I think that's just a little much and just not true, but we got so much to get into. Drop some comments down below. I see you guys already filing in here. We'll get the lineup pretty soon. What's up, Dmac from BT Fouts? We got Roseman, Dmac the GOAT. What up? You're the GOAT, Roseman. Rapping and snacking. Let's take that dub. Dmac, let's take Game 1 from Brianna Rochelle. You should give away World Series tickets. Miguel Castillas. Hey, maybe we work with a ticket company. We will consider that. But that reminds me, we got to get to our latest sponsor. Very excited about this one. And there's just, you guys see my beard. Wait, there is no beard. Should I do a playoff beard? You know, go full play. It might, maybe by spring training, I'll have something to show for it. But there's something about a clean morning shave that just hits different. Lately, the razor from the House of Atlas has become part of my relaxing ritual. Diet soda in hand, watching some good Dodgers highlights and manifesting even more celebrations as this postseason goes on. Whether you're heading to the office or gearing up for the NLCS, it's the perfect way to clean up that facial hair, clear your head, and start fresh. This thing's no joke. From the team behind Athena Club, the women's razor everyone's obsessed with, they've brought the same care and quality to the men's side. Stop wasting money and time on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Grab House of Atlanta now at Target stores nationwide or online at Target.com. That's Atlas now at Target stores nationwide. I love their 5 precision blades reinforced with welded steel, so there's no flex or irritation. The serum drip that makes my shave just super smooth, and the precision trim. I mean, this thing's amazing. It's perfect for cleaning up your sideburns too. It also looks sick. I mean, I've got the black one, and it's honestly the best looking razor I've ever owned. Has some weight on it, doesn't feel cheap or plasticky. Whether you want to go clean shaven like Shohei Ohtani or just tighten up the lines on your Teoscar Hernandez beard, this razor's got you covered. So once again, do not waste any more money and time on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Grab House of Atlas now. That's Grab House of Atlantis. That's Grab House of Atlas now at Target stores nationwide or online at Target.com. All right, Dodgers Nation. We've got so much to get into. Go get that Atlas, man. I mean, that's straight fire right there. I mean, I used it this morning. I'm pretty clean, pretty smooth. But we've got so much Dodger baseball to get into. So let's get right into it.
Leading off, the hottest story in Dodger baseball.
All right, the hottest story in Dodger baseball before we get to the roster is we learned just moments ago who the Brewers are going to throw in Game 1. And if you watch the show on Saturday, we were pretty adamant who they would go with. And we now know who it is, and that's the guy we were talking about. That was Aaron Ashby to go up against Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman. And the lefties, hopefully you'll see some more Max Muncy in this series too, not as many lefties. So that is who they're throwing out there. You're not going to see Freddie Peralta. You're not going to see Jacob Mizorowski. He won't be available until the game in L.A. He's been giving them bulk innings out of the pen. So it was a great opportunity tonight for the Dodgers to not have to face the best arms that they have. And yes, they have a lot of talented arms. They're a deep team. Uribe, he's talented. They got dudes. Like, make no mistake about it. They got dudes. But tonight, you're not going to have to face their best dudes. And that's a reason why you want to go up in this series, go to Milwaukee. You've got the experience. You know what it takes to win series like this, to win games like this. This is a Brewers team that has not made it deep into the postseason. It's the first time they won a postseason series in like 5 years. So it's been a while that they've gotten to this level. No one's giving them a chance. I mean, quite frankly, the Dodgers are heavy favorites. FanGraphs giving the Dodgers a 70% chance to win this series. But they are taking this narrative too far. They are taking this narrative too far, if you ask me. I think that the Brewers in this one, you get it. You're not the big bag Dodgers. I pointed it out on Saturday, and I saw everyone run with this stat that we talked about on Saturday from my show, where it was the Dodgers, their payroll, they're paying more in luxury tax at over $140 million than the Brewers' entire payroll, which is around $122 million. So the Dodgers are paying more. The Dodgers are paying more in luxury tax than the Brewers are paying their entire roster. We get it, $122 million. That is not even a third, really, of this Dodgers roster when it comes down to it. But, hey, that has nothing to do with the talent on this team. And this is a talented Brewers team, and I get it. Like, I would understand if it was a Brewers team that made the wild card team and the Dodgers had 120 wins and there's that. But the Brewers literally finished with the best record in Major League Baseball. The Brewers literally won 6 games against this Dodgers team, and the Dodgers went 0-6 against them in 2 series. Yes, one was before the All-Star break and right after. Yes, you had no Shohei Ohtani pitching or Blake Snell pitching, and you had 4 or 5 guys in that game that weren't even on this team anymore. It was a very different looking team. But the truth is, this Brewers team did have success against his Dodgers team. So Pat Murphy, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to create this David versus Goliath narrative here, this David versus Goliath matchup here. And if it works for him, we will see. We will see. And that remains to be seen if it plays. How will this play out for him? I mean, it's really, I think he's setting himself up for a win-win situation where it's, I'm going to build the Dodgers up so much where if my team loses, this is what everyone expected. This is what everyone thought was going to happen. So me as a manager, it's not going to look like a knock on me. Just go out there, let's play respectable, and Cinderella will turn into a pumpkin and all this stuff. But the truth is, I want the Dodgers to remember, for a couple of reasons, because you don't want to have to take this team lightly, and I know they won't because too many veterans on this team that understand that baseball, anyone can win on any given day, especially at this level when you already have the 4 best teams, that you just can't take anyone lightly. This is not a David versus Goliath matchup. This truly isn't. This is a Brewers team that has a ton of quality on it, and they're a consistent team. Top to bottom, you've got a lineup that doesn't have the Shohei Ohtanis, the Freddys, or the Mookies. We have a lot of guys that are average to above average hitters. They're the best base running team in Major League Baseball. They're a great defensive team. They have a really good bullpen that's better than the Dodgers. If you don't count the dominance of Roki Sasaki, I think Roki trumps all. But still, this is a really, really good team. So I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this Dave versus Goliath thing. How are the Dodgers David and the Brewers? How are the Dodgers Goliath and the Brewers David when the Brewers finish with the best record in baseball? But here's Pat Murphy trying to build up this David versus Goliath, the average Joes versus the Monstars narrative heading into this series.
They're the most dynamic team in baseball. They got. I mean, I don't know how many of our guys would make their team. You know what I mean? But it ain't about that. It's about how we come together as a team and compete, and I think we'll show up.
And then, look, I'm not going to lie. I do like this guy. I really do. And he's being very tactical. Here's him talking about kind of game playing for the Dodgers.
I got to get through this whole stack. So you know how goofy I am. Look at this. I got stuff. Think of this lineup, okay? This is in my scouting report still. Seager, Bellinger, Gonzalez, Utley, Grandal, Taylor, Puig, Barnes, Hernandez, Granderson, Turner, Jock Peterson. What year was that? Huh? 15. Was it 18? Yeah, it could have been. I got these things from way back when because like some of the signs never change. Kershaw, Hill, Jansen. I love Kenley Jansen. You guys miss him? I love him. Yeah. Romo, Morrow, Stripling. God. Cingrani was on the team. Jesus. That's beautiful. That's my life. Thanks, Mark. All right, yeah, it's a pleasure.
Pat Murphy's hilarious. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this guy makes me laugh, and you see the look in his eyes, like he loves baseball, and he's got that baseball joy in his eyes. But I got news for you. That's not the Dodgers roster, right? That is not the current Dodgers roster. And we know that in 2018 it was a very different team. But I think the reason why I'm bringing all this up is it feels like Pat Murphy is trying to set his team up to be loose. And I hope the Dodgers don't take the bait and they don't buy into it, and they are not doing this whole, the pressure's on us type of thing. I think the Dodgers should be playing loose too, because the matchup, I think, favors them compared to the Phillies. You have 7 games to work with instead of 5. You're in a good spot from a starting pitching standpoint. The Dodgers have gone 5-0 this postseason when they've gotten at least 6 innings from their starters. So let's not buy into it. It is not. This is a battle of 2 really good teams. It's not the Monstars versus the average Joes. Okay, so Dodgers, don't take them lightly. Fans, we got to respect the Brewers. This is a really, really solid team, and you're going to learn a lot about this team in the next couple of days. But just from the outset, let's try to do away with this narrative. And I'm not the only one that's saying this. Here's Blake Snell, today's starter, who, by the way, has been fantastic. Where are all those fans that wanted Max Fried instead of Blake Snell? Blake Snell's been phenomenal for the Dodgers, and I think the fact that he missed significant time during the year, that's a reason why. One of several reasons why the Dodgers didn't finish with 100 wins this year. But now you've got a great situation where he has a lot left in the tank, and he looks fresh and ready to go. And so far, he's 2-0 in this postseason. He has 18 strikeouts and 13 innings of work. He has 6 innings in Philly where, I mean, that was a fantastic start. Give just 1 hit in a raucous, hostile environment. So he's been great. I'm expecting more of the same from Blake Snell. The reason why he signed here was for starts like this to get that ball in game 1. We talked about why it was so important for him to get the ball in game 1 over Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto. We'll talk about that decision to go Yamamoto in game 2. But first, let's hear from tonight's starter, Blake Snell.
I was able to watch last night's game, so that was fun. Yeah, they feed off each other. It's a very energetic lineup. They're really good. Yeah, like you said, they put the ball in play. So you make them swing at your pitches. You figure out what they're good at, what they're not good at, and I'll just tell you how to attack them. I can't say like too much because they're gonna watch this, or you would intend that they would. But yeah, I mean it's a really good lineup. I'm not falling for the average Joes that they're not. I never once thought. I mean, they got the best record in the NL. They're a really good team.
Some more for Blake. Go to Paul, second row.
Blake, along those lines, their lineup's full of guys who, once they're on base, like to run and can move. How much does that change what you're doing on the mound, and how much extra effort do you have to put into keeping them close for your catchers?
Yeah, I mean, the goal is, keep them off the bases. If they are on the bases, it just depends which runner's on base. No matter what, it'll change the way, you view them, the leg lift to home, the time, the looks, disrupting that. Like I've studied them. I understand who's running, who's not running, counts, all that. So if we get to that point, then yeah, I'll be ready for it and well aware of it.
Let's go up to Jack, far right, second row from the top.
Blake, obviously you would like to be healthy all year, but like to have 3 of the 4 guys in your rotation who didn't have a ton of innings in the regular season, like, do you think that's been a benefit as you guys have gotten into October here, which is kind of how fresh you are?
Yeah, I mean, I think on the fresh part, yeah, for sure. I think we were able to throw enough innings to where, we can learn from mistakes and get a lot better from that as well. So I really like where the starting staff's at. I mean, Yoshi was the only guy that really, posted the whole year. But for everybody else to be healthy, feeling good, confident with the amount of innings they had on the season to be able to pitch in the postseason, I really like where we're at.
And then coming into this postseason, you talked about wanting to get deeper into playoff games. What has allowed you to do that in these first couple starts that you've had?
Yeah, I think it's just mindset. As you get older, you learn a lot more. You understand pitching. You understand how important belief is, and yeah, you just get better just with age and understanding the game and situations and what pressure really is, and how awesome these moments are. So I think age has made me a lot better.
Come down to the second row in the middle. Sonia.
Hey, Blake, I know you were on the IL when these teams had their season series, but how would you say that the Dodgers have changed in those months since? Yeah,
I mean, we haven't beat them, so that's good motivation if you need it. But no, I just think we're playing good team baseball. We're all in it. The chemistry between us is really strong, and the want to win every game is strong as well. And I've been on postseason teams where it's been different, but energy-wise, chemistry-wise, is probably the best that I've been a part of. So I'm really excited for what we can do. And, yeah.
Kirsten.
Like, just to piggyback off of that, I know you kind of talked game plan and obviously not wanting to go into specifics, but considering that you were hurt when the team did play here, is there any information that you can kind of take from talking to other guys who did face them? I know you're someone who does just kind of like to have a lot of information going into your starts. Is that conversations that you've either had with some of your other teammates, guys in the rotation, or just kind of how did you go about taking in some of this information?
Yeah, I didn't ask anybody. I watched games, footage. I watched yesterday's game. Like, the playoff games are going to give you the most, like, the best idea of who they are, how they handle the pressure, or how they play on the road, how they play at home, what's different. So by watching that, it just gave me a lot of insight on, each hitter, what they can do, what I think I can get away with, where I can attack. So yeah, I mean, like the biggest thing is watching the game. Like, if you watch the game, you watch players at bats, how they handle, failure, success. It really helps you understand the player. And then when it's the one-on-one matchup in the box and I'm on the mound, that's where, you understand, like, was I right? Was I wrong? And you feel the at-bat out and learn how to pitch.
All the way up in the right-hand corner, Bill.
Thanks. Blake, I'm sure you know from playing in San Diego and San Francisco how people there feel about the Dodgers. But I wonder if you look, in Seattle where you grew up, never been to a World Series, these guys never been to win one. You think people around the country outside Los Angeles are like, yeah, well, it's okay, we'd like a fresh face? Or you think they're rooting for you guys?
I don't know. I think they'd root for us. I think they'd root. I mean, that's a wide question. I don't know. I think, yeah, maybe we just won one, as the Dodgers did, not me. But, yeah, I don't know. I know, being from Seattle, how important the World Series is there, and the fans, how excited they are, and how crazy the city was in Seattle after they beat Detroit. So I was well aware of that. But, yeah, I haven't looked into that too much, but I'm sure whoever wins the World Series, they'll be happy.
Okay, last one's for Blake. Blake, appreciate the time. We'll see you tomorrow.
So there was Blake Snell, and I love Blake Snell. I absolutely love Snellzilla, and I see people saying in the comments he looks like he's well rested. And yeah, I saw a meme saying that Blake Snell, because of his eyes or bags under his eyes, it looks like he's never had an 8-hour night of sleep in his life. Come on now. Respect Blake Snell. Love me some Snellzilla. He is the man. And I love that he's pointing out the fact that they're not buying this average Joe's thing. They're not buying the whole narrative that this is a team that is just going to just roll over and let the Dodgers beat them. Okay? That's just not the case here. By the way, Blake Snell has won his last 4 postseason games with more strikeouts than innings pitched in each game. That's the longest such streak in MLB postseason history for that. Okay? When I told you, Blake Snell was my number 1 target in the offseason, number 1 free agency target when I did my big board of top 20 Dodgers free agent possibilities. And the reason for that was because he's a postseason dog. He's a guy that's a big game pitcher. He's the best second half pitcher in Major League Baseball. And I just told you the stat about the strikeouts is the highest K per nine in the history of Major League Baseball. So you got Snellzilla on the mound. And just kind of getting back to, I see Dodgers fans freaking out about the fact that the Brewers had their way with the Dodgers. And we're going to get to the roster. We'll get in the lineup here. But I want to set the stage a little bit for this series a little bit. And the roster now is very different than the roster that went up against his Brewers team in the regular season. So some quick thoughts on that. I just went back yesterday, watched some of the breakdowns I did during that series. And you look at the games. In those 6 games, 2 of them were started by Clayton Kershaw. 2 were started by Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow was really good in those games. 1 was by Emmett Sheen, who's coming back. Yamamoto pitched in those games. And Yamamoto pitched once, and it was one of his worst starts of the season. But then look at the bullpen. You had Lou Trevino, not on the roster. 1 blown save. Tanner Scott, 1 blown save, not on the roster due to a health issue. Kirby Yates, not on the roster. Julian Fernandez. How many people out there would even know who Julian Fernandez is that he was pitching in that game for the Dodgers? Ben Kaspiris and Will Klein were there, but look how different this roster is, right? Clayton Kershaw's not starting. Emmett Sheehan won't be starting, but he'll get some time as a multi-inning reliever. And also, you never faced Shohei Ohtani, Blake Snell, or Roki Sasaki. Roki Sasaki is another one. So, yeah, I mean, going to the postseason, too, as good as the Brewers have been, they have been 500 in the last 30 games heading into the postseason. So, yeah, I think the other thing, too, the Dodgers, as we've talked about on the show, every summer we always wait for the Dodgers run. 46-8. It's just going on these crazy streaks. You're winning 10 out of 11 games. You're running away with the National League West. I got news for you. The Dodgers summer became the Dodgers fall. And the Dodgers, they have won 15 of their last 20 games. That includes the Wild Card Series wins and the 3 in the NLDS. So that's the reason why they are hanging the series feeling good. But even though the Dodgers do have a massive advantage from a roster and talent standpoint, this is a Brewers team that does something that has been the Dodgers' kryptonite at times during this year, and that is the ability to get on base, the ability to take pitches out of the zone off the plate to work pitch counts up and get starters out of the game and get into the Dodgers bullpen. So this is a crafty Brewers lineup that's really good at grinding out at bats. They can get on base, they run the bases well, and that could present a problem for this Dodgers team. But my game one prediction, last series, I was on the money. I had the Dodgers in 4 games. I picked the Dodgers in 4. My game one prediction with Blake Snell on the mound, and you're going to have a lefty in that first inning, but outside of that, no Peralta, no Mizrowski. I think Shohei comes up big. I think it's a big day for Freddie Freeman potentially too. I've got the Dodgers winning game 1. I'm not throwing out my series prediction here, but I've got my game 1 prediction. Dodgers taking game 1 and winning by a final score of 6-3. You haven't had an explosive offensive outpouring yet. They hit less than 200 in their last series. And I've seen some of these takes out there, by the way. The Dodgers can't win if Shohei Ohtani doesn't hit. Not true. That isn't true. They can still win. Don't worry. Guys, step up. Look at the NLCS last year. Would anyone have predicted that Tommy Edman was going to do what he did? Think about that. The Dodgers are deep enough where they can still win even if their best player doesn't put up stats that we're used to seeing from him. And sure, it would help things. It would make matters better. You don't want to see a Dodgers offense that continues to struggle. You don't want to see a Dodgers offense that has this much talent hit what they did against the Phillies. Against the Phillies, the Dodgers offense, as a team, they hit under 200. They hit 199. They had a 557 OPS, a 58 weighted runs created plus, and the big issue that they had was not capitalizing with runners on base. The Dodgers went 5 for 29 with runners in scoring position. They have 31 runners on base. So you need to execute better with runners in scoring position. But I look at Blake Snell as having another strong start tonight, and give me the Dodgers taking game 1. Dodgers taking game 1 with Blake Snell on the bump. Give me your predictions down below. So I got Snellzilla.
I'm on the go like every month, but it's just for show. You keep it amateur while I keep it pro. I'm about my business while you're about your dough. I'm about my fans while you're about your hoes. You on the game like a buddy knows it comes and it goes. You don't make me head nod, you make me doze. My future is bright and your future is so dim. I'm on the game like Jack when he broke through the rim. So I look through my glasses and what do I see? Your boy B Snell is tearing up this beat. So I'ma hit you like Ali did versus Frazier. In the ribs, knockout, now where is my paper? RP to Frazier and all of my haters. I'ma keep it 100. So hit me on my page like Jordan did game 6 when he hit him with that fader. I'm in my prime like Magic on the Lakers.
Hey, are we calling B? Well, does he have a rap name? It's got to be Snellzilla, right? I mean, what do we rate Blake Snell's rapping. I mean, and to be honest, I don't care that he can rap, but if he gets 2 really good starts, this series could be a wrap. And Bow Boy says this is awful. Come on. Ray Brio says Seattle represent. Hey, Snell's got bars. Snell's got bars. Okay? Should cover that TB with an LA lyrics as hard as Mochi. Oh, man. Okay. Really? We're doing that? You guys are going to... You're going to dog Blake Snell's rapping. Don't make me play it again. Don't make me play it again, because I thought that was pretty solid. And let me I want more of you guys. I want more of your comments. What do you guys get Blake Snell's rapping? Slim Shady Snell from Alex Renteria. Better than what's on the radio now from someone. Blake Snell's rap is 7 out of 10. MC Snellzilla. Blake Unlively is crazy. That's his rap name. Snell is the Timu Eminem from George. Pass on Snell rap. Slim Snelly from Rich. Oh, come on. Play it again. Oh, come on. I like that song. You want us to run it back one more time, Dmac? Oh, come on. I'm getting Make it stop from 4Dog. You guys are going hard. Okay. You guys are going hard. Okay. I mean, for me, I think it sounds really awesome. I think it's a great song. I mean, when you listen to it from 10 miles away, I'm just kidding. I think it's a banger. I think it's a banger. And Magic on the Lakers, better than the beer. LOL. Lola wants you to play it again. All right, cool. We'll do it one more time.
I'm on the go like every month, but it's just for show. You keep it amateur while I keep it pro. I'm about my business while you're about your dough. I'm about my fans while you're about your hoes. You on the game like a buddy knows it comes and it goes. You don't make me head nod, you make me doze. My future is bright and your future is so dim. I'm on the game like Jack when he broke through the rim. So I look through my glasses and what do I see? Your boy B Snell is tearing up this beat. So I'ma hit you like Ali did versus Frazier. In the rim, knockout, now where is my paper? RP to Frazier and all of my haters. I'ma keep it 100. So hit me on my page like Jordan did the game 6 when he hit him with that fader. I'm in my prime like Magic on the Lakers.
Hey, come on now. Straight up bars. I love it. I want to see Dmac rap. Okay. Anthony, yo, Dmac, can we ask Blake Snell if he regrets doing this? What? Hey, he why would he regret doing that? I mean, he just dropped the hottest mixtape in whatever year that was. But all right, let's keep it moving here and let's get into this roster. We'll get some keys later, but give me your predictions, your score predictions. Karma says this should be his warm-up song. Yeah, his warm-up song is actually TV Off, right, by Kendrick Lamar, I believe. But let's get into this roster because some really interesting takeaways from it. And let's start with obvious, the two-way player, Shohei Ohtani. Starting pitchers, you have 3. You've got, of course, 3, not including the two-way player. Blake Snell, who goes tonight. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who goes in Game 2. Tyler Glasnow, who most likely, after we see Shohei Ohtani go in Game 3, will probably go in Game 4. We'll see if they try to work him in as a reliever if they need him for anything. That's a possibility. And then we got right-handed relievers 4. Roki Sasaki, Emmett Sheehan, Blake Treinen, and Ben Kasparius. So now we get our first addition, and that is Ben Kasparius as another right-handed reliever. And look, Benny C. Caspi, he had a 4.64 ERA, a 3.57 expected ERA, in 77 2/3 innings with 71 strikeouts to 21 walks. Some of those numbers, they don't blow your mind because you're like, wait a second, what happened to Ben Kasparius? Well, things definitely changed for Ben Kasparius when the Dodgers got desperate and you lose Blake Snell, you lose Tyler Glasnow, Shohei Ohtani's not back, Clayton Kershaw is not back, Emmett Sheehan wasn't back. They did not have a lot of answers for starters. Bobby Miller clearly wasn't doing it like they needed him to do as far as the effectiveness goes. So they went to Ben Kasparius as a starter, and they kind of stretched him out a little bit. He actually started 3 games as a starter, gave up 7 runs on 13 hits, but the ERA was at 6.52. And as a reliever, he had a 4.37 ERA, but had he just stayed a reliever, I think those numbers look a lot better because the stuff for Benny C is really good. Ben Kasparius is a really, really good guy that's coming out of the pen as a reliever that can shut things down. If you look at the hard hit percentage in the 97th percentile, the walk rate, he's above average. His average exit velocity is in the 89th percentile. He's below average when it comes to striking guys out, but above average when it comes to generating whiffs. So he's a guy that's going to limit hard contact. He can get strikeouts, especially on the corner to right-handed batters, and this gives you another option against righties. And I love this as a addition. We talked about on Saturday that this was going to be it. Anytime I'm saying sometimes when it's that close to it, I'm saying I think it's because I've already heard it's going to happen. So just a reminder for the future. So this is really good because what I really like about this is that now when you look at where the Dodgers are at for the high leverage moments, do you see at times them going to Ben Kasparius over a Blake Trinan? Is that something that they consider? It gives them another potential option, which is really good. And I think for Ben, he's been almost re-energized because he's had a reset. He went down to the minor league level, and it did feel like this was a part of the plan the entire time where they knew that by moving him to as a starting pitcher, when they transitioned him to start, it really tested his stamina and how much he could take because he wasn't built up as a starter to start the year. So that's something that I think that you're going to see. And I'm happy to see him back. I really do. I mean, he helped this team last year, and I think for him, it's really a perfect situation to come and have an impact as a fresh arm. So in this case, I do think that he's going to get some high leverage moments, and it was the right move. So happy to see Ben Kasparius back on the roster. Now, looking at the left-handed relievers, the Dodgers have 5. You have Alex Vesia, Jack Dreyer, Anthony Bonda, Clayton Kershaw, and Justin Robleski. So Vesia's been their best left-handed reliever all year. Jack Dreyer has been right up there. I mean, he's someone that stayed on the roster essentially all year. He posted. He was massive for this team when they needed someone to step up and pitch key innings. He was a high-leverage guy most of this year. Anthony Bonda was great in the NLDS. Bonda really, really has turned his season around. He did not make the wild card roster, and we went into that as far as a short series, and you're going to get him back, and he ended up making one appearance there in the Game 3 loss to the Phillies, but the stuff looked really good with Bonda. I think for Bonda, he really stepped up. He's the guy who came in when Yamamoto went out, struck out Schwarber, he struck out Marsh to end the inning with the bases loaded. So Bonda looks like he's locked in. He's back for the NLCS. And then the new name here is Justin Robleski. And I love the addition of Justin Robleski because he's someone that I would trust right now in a high leverage moment other than over Clayton Kershaw. So I hate to say that, but I'm not going to be the fake, I'm just saying things because it's Clayton Kershaw type of Dodgers show. We are the Keep It 100 Dodgers show, Keep It a Buck Dodgers show. And right now, Justin Robleski's stuff, it plays up more coming out of the bullpen because you have 98, 99. You can touch 100. And then also with Robleski, you have the versatility of if you do need a mop-up guy, if you do need someone to wear it, just like we saw in Game 3, Kirsch wore that one when he went full Brent Honeywell, and they didn't use Roki and Emmett and Vesia, all guys that played a big role in that Game 4 win. So Robleski can give you high leverage if, let's say, a starter doesn't go as long as you had hoped, but your offense kind of works you back into that game and you need another arm in a situation. He has that kind of stuff to get big leaguers out in a high leverage situation, but also can be a mop-up guy too. And Clayton Kershaw, you got on the roster for that same reason too. I think 1 inning Kersh potentially, 2 inning Kersh in a close game, I don't feel great about at this point. I just really don't. And Tanner Scott, who's dealing with the health issue, he is not on the roster. So if Tanner Scott had been healthy, if he was not off the roster, he underwent a surgical procedure, which was really scary. I mean, he underwent a surgical procedure, and hopefully he'll be back at some point, but with anesthesia and things like that, it kind of makes you wonder if he will be back, because that's just a lot for a guy. I mean, that's someone that he had an abscess, and that's tough to imagine he does return. It was an urgent matter, as Dave Roberts said. But if Tanner Scott was healthy, you almost wonder, and we'll never know, you almost wonder, though, if Clayton Kershaw would have deferred, or if they would have had to have a tough conversation with him, maybe have a tough conversation with Clayton Kershaw and say, hey, we got Tanner Scott and Robleski and Bond and Dreyer and Vesia, and maybe you don't take Kersh and then you bring him back for the World Series. Maybe that's a possibility, but we'll never know. As far as the right-hand relievers, the one that's not on there that was in the conversation was Will Klein. I can tell you that. They were talking about it. Ultimately, they did not make that move. Now, the next big roster takeaway, 2 catchers, not 3. Will Smith, he's on the roster, and Ben Rortvedt on the roster over Dalton Rushing. So Dalton Rushing, he was brought up after they DFA'd Austin Barnes, the Dodgers' top prospect. He underwhelmed as a hitter. As far as the consistency, you have to consider a couple things. Was not getting consistent at bats. Did not get the time he needed to, I think, translate his offense, but there were some high moments. He has shown the ability to hit 3-run home runs, to hit for power, to hit the ball hard, and they like that about him. But where Ben Rortvedt excels is he is masterful, really, as a defensive catcher, and he profiles more as a backup catcher than Dalton Rushing. If Dalton Rushing was going to be on this roster, it would be more for, we need a left-handed bat off the bench that has some pop in a big situation. Now, Rortvedt, though, as Dave Roberts told me, he just doesn't take bad at-bats, and I think they like the consistency where, yes, there's less of a potential that he's going to come up and hit a home run if you need a left-handed batter in a pitch-in situation, which you're not going to need too many times in this series. The good thing about Rortvedt, though, and why I predicted he would be on this roster over Dalton Rushing on Saturday, was because you got that back-to-back-to-back game stretch in games 3, 4, and 5. And you got a day game is the first game, then you got back-to-back games. And Will Smith, if he's going to catch every game like he did last year, great. But if anything happens to him, and you want Rortvedt to come in there and catch 4 innings, or if the Dodgers are up big, let's say the Dodgers blow out the Brewers, then you have Rortvedt coming in that can close out the game. 3 innings, 4 innings, who knows? 2 innings, 1 inning, whatever it is, you trust Ben Rortvedt and his ability to pitch frame. He's a better defensive catcher. So I think they value his defense more than Dalton Rushing's offense. And I think that it was the right decision. I would not mind if Will Smith was banged up to still see them split a little bit and tag team a little bit because of how good Rortvedt's been with the pitchers. And yes, Will Smith was fantastic with Tyler Glassdown, who pitched great, and Roki Sasaki, who pitched great. And he's a great game caller and catcher in his own right. But it's more of you want to make sure that hand is healed. I talked to Will Smith after the game after Game 4 when they clinched. And he told me that win felt even better for his hand, and that he told me I'm drinking a cold beer with my hand, right? So I think the hand feels better. I don't think it's been an issue for him, but that was the right move. Dalton Rushing was the right move if you want to carry 3 catchers, but you have to factor in this too. If Will Smith were to suffer a injury, you can always have Dalton Rushing come up and make that roster adjustment. Yes, that would hurt because you wouldn't have Will Smith for the World Series, but still, the fact that Will Smith played in all 4 games against the Phillies and he started the last 2, you don't need 3 catchers. So Smith and Rortvedt will be just fine. Then the rest of the roster, the infielders, you've got 4, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, Miguel Rojas. Nothing new there, no surprises there. Outfielders, you have Andy Paez, Teoscar Hernandez, Alex Call, and Justin Dean. So Justin Dean makes the roster again. I love the fact that they have a clear-cut role for him. And what you're seeing here is the benefits of having Shohei Ohtani being a two-way player. Shohei is a two-way player, a starting pitcher and a position player. In some cases, if it was one or the other and you didn't have the luxury of having 12 just pitchers plus Ohtani, which gives you 13, then you might not have the luxury of having a Justin Dean and a Hae-Sung Kim on a roster. But because you do, you can have Justin Dean as a part of your mix where he can be a late game defensive substitution and he can be a pinch runner. Think about this. Justin Dean's the guy who scored the tying run in Game 4 after he pinch ran for Alex Call. So Alex Call is already pretty fast, but Justin Dean's faster, and it gives another option. And I think, too, it's the defensive substitution late in the game. You put Justin Dean in center field. You can put Andy Pages in right field if you don't think you need Teoscar Hernandez's bat in the lineup. Justin Dean in the outfield is an asset. Then infielder, outfielders, there's 3, Tommy Edman, Kike Hernandez, and Hae-Sung Kim. So the surprise from a position player standpoint, the 2 of them are you're taking 2 catchers and you're taking Rortvedt over rushing, if you want to say it's a surprise. But I think that was the only decision-making factor there. As far as something they were mulling over, Dave Roberts told us yesterday in the Zoom meeting in the press conference that he was going to have a tough conversation with one of the catchers. Clearly that catcher was Dalton Rushing. And then the infielders, Hae-Sung Kim, he is your pinch runner. So he's a guy that's faster than Justin Dean, or at least just as fast. I want to see them race, to be honest. But Kim is the guy who scored the winning run. So he provides that. Not a lot of defensive versatility, but another thing, too, is with Kim and a lot of righties, who knows? Maybe you could use him as a pinch hitter in a particular situation against a righty. So he does have that, but no Michael Conforto on this roster, and that's the other thing. It looks like Conforto's main thing is he played this year so Kike can be healthy in the postseason. I'm certain that is the case at this point. But that is the roster on the position player side. And then the big question for the starting pitcher today after that was Yoshinobu Yamamoto going in Game 2 instead of Shohei Ohtani going. And I can tell you the reason for that is they felt good about Yamamoto going 2 games in a series, and by going in Game 2, he will be able to pitch in Game 6. So for Yamamoto, that is the plan for him, is Game 6 for Yamamoto, if necessary. Hopefully the series is over in 4, but that was the decision there. And I think is it the right decision? I think that the way things play out this year, you've seen Shohei Ohtani pitch a lot of times before the Dodgers had a day off. That's something that we saw throughout the regular season. But I think for this team, Yamamoto kind of having a shorter start in his last start, having a lot in the tank, I think it made sense. I do. Only time will tell. But if he gives you a strong Game 2, which he's had a great road ERA, and I think that's a factor. Had a great road ERA. Did not pitch well against his Brewers team earlier this year, but he's been great all year. So the big thing for me is if they only use Shohei Ohtani once in this series, which I think the plan could be Shohei in Game 3 and then Shohei closing out in a potential game later on. If it's a Game 7, maybe Shohei Ohtani, depending on how they use Roki in this series, Shohei Ohtani could be an option out of the pen. But the number one thing you have to look out for Shohei Ohtani in this series is the fact that the bat has not been good in days after he pitches. And it wasn't good against lefties. He was 1 for 18 in the NLDS, and 15 of those at-bats came against lefties, was only able to get 1 hit, and it was a single. And then if you look at his at-bats this year after he pitches, so in 9 games this year, Shohei Ohtani has hit after he's pitched, and in those games, he is 6 for 39 with a 154 batting average, slugging just 359. So I think this gives Shohei a chance to focus on the offense, and you don't have to rely on him as much as a starter. So I do think that's the right decision as well. But all right, let's read some comments here. We'll get the lineup very soon, and we are going to check out Dave Roberts' pregame press conference when he talks live from Milwaukee. All right, let's read some comments here. We got Moreno, 818, Goat Fordo will be the World Series MVP, and Dmac will finally get his first tattoo. Okay, you're not going to let me forget about that. Yes, maybe there was a reason why I threw that bet out there, because I didn't feel like I was hearing some stuff that he would not be on the roster. But still, if for whatever reason he's on it and he wins World Series MVP, I will get a 23 Michael Conforto tattoo. I think I need to do some more prop bets. Maybe we'll do that later. Kim is a spark plug. Dude can play. That's from Jay Lee. MTV Gen X watcher. Like Kim, think his mere presence on base. Yeah, I think it's a great point from MTV Gen X watcher saying, I think his mere presence on the base pass rattled the Phillies pitcher. He's so smart, and that's something there. Yeah, that's something I talked about on the breakdown over on the LA Sports Report. If you guys want to watch that, a live breakdown, that with Kim getting down the line when he did, that did make Kerkering panic, and it forced an errant throw. That still would have been a force out, but I do think that was the case too. I mean, he was hauling down the line, and you're just going to go, even though you got to go to first in that situation, you would have definitely gone out if you made the play there. But I do think Kim's running had something to do with it. And there's just something about him too. He just kind of brings some of that juice. He has an electric presence about him. And in a series against the Brewers, you want to make sure you have all of your assets and you've got all your weapons, and he certainly has the potential to be a weapon. So I definitely agree with that. I think it's a fantastic point. All right, so breaking news, we've got the lineup. Let's take a look at that Dodgers lineup. It released just moments ago. Here it is. Let's take a look. You can hang this thing up in the Louvre. 10 out of 10, no notes. No, okay, let's see what we think about this lineup. We got Shohei Ohtani batting leadoff at DH. Mookie Betts at shortstop batting in second. Teoscar Hernandez batting third in right. So this was Dave Roberts saying, we understand there will be a lefty opener in Ashby. Freddie Freeman batting cleanup at first. Will Smith behind the dish batting fifth. Tommy Edman batting sixth at second. Max Muncy batting seventh at third. Kike Hernandez batting eighth in left. And Andy Pages in center batting ninth. And Blake Snell on the mound. So this is a great lineup. This is a lineup where if you're Ashby, you got your hands full. If you're the Brewers, you've got your hands full. I think Will Smith is the guy I'm looking at. Hey, you got the big hits in the Phillies series, especially in game 2 there. He had some really good at-bats. To have him batting fifth, I think that says a lot about how they feel about where he's at. And you got lefty, righty, and they've done that. They've stacked those righties in the 2 and 3 holes, and they're not afraid to do it. And Teoscar has been right up there for one of the best Dodgers hitters this postseason, if not the best hitter this postseason. And then I think I'm looking for Andy Pages too. I mean, that's the other big question is, does he pinch hit for Andy Pages at any point for Miguel Rojas and get Miguel Rojas in there? But since you got a lot of righties, probably not going to be the case. This is a good opportunity for Andy Pages to really get out of the slump that he's had. So I like this lineup. I think that not many surprises here. If you are the Brewers, you're going to have your hands full. But let's do some more keys to this game. First key, and I'm going to talk about the starting pitching. The Dodgers, 5-0 this postseason when you've gotten at least 6 innings from your starter. They've gotten more starting pitching starts. They've got more starts with 6 innings or more from their starters this postseason in 5 games than they had for their last 35 postseason games combined heading into this postseason. So that tells you that there's just a influx of quality there. I believe in Blake Snell. Next big key, get to the Brewers starters. And yes, you really have one starter, a true starter, in Freddie Peralta. But the Dodgers, they did not have success early against this Brewers team. You got Jacob Mizorowski, Freddie Peralta, Jose Quintana's really the only lefty. You're going to see that I think is going to potentially give him some trouble. Quinn Priester in those games against the Dodgers combined for 33 strikeouts in 24 innings. So there was a lot of strikeout by this Dodgers offense. You want to improve upon that. And their pitching has changed. You're not seeing as many, let's try to get starters to go 4, 5, 6 innings. The Brewers are essentially trying to do what the 2024 Dodgers did, is they're trying to maximize their bullpen, and it's more of a group effort because they lost Brandon Woodruff in September. Quintana, he missed the last 2 weeks of the regular season dealing with a calf injury, and he ended up pitching 3 innings in a bulk role in Game 3 of the NLDS against the Cubs. And then Priester, he started the NLDS Game 3. He couldn't get out of the first inning. So the Dodgers have an opportunity, I think, to get out in front early and give themselves a lead. And you got to have success against lefties with Ashby, but once you get to the second, third times through the order, the Dodgers are going to have opportunities to score runs as long as they are sticking with their approach. And that is, you don't expand out of the zone. You want to capitalize on mistakes in the zone, and you just can't get flustered up there. It's going to be a big crowd, lots of Brewers fans. It's a dome. It's closed, so it's going to be loud. You can't get flustered up there. You got to go up there and just take really, really good at-bats. And the other thing, too, is Mizorowski, who's been really dominant when he's been on the mound, he's moved into a relief role, and he's stretched out to give you multiple innings, but it's not like you have to face him for 6 innings in one game. Mizorowski, he pitched 3 innings in Game 2, 4 innings in Game 5. It was good, gave him 1 run and 4 hits and 2 walks, but you can draw walks against him. So I look at this Milwaukee pitching staff and this bullpen. The bullpen is deeper than the Dodgers on paper, but I think Roki Sasaki has more upside than McGill. I think Roki Sasaki is the magic elixir for this Dodgers bullpen, and I think it's the key to this series is the Dodgers offense getting to Quintana, Peralta, Priester, Mizorowski, so their own bullpen can be a little more comfortable. And one thing about this Brewers team as well is they do not swing at pitches out of the zone. They are going to have a game plan where they're going to try to get the Dodgers starter out of the game as soon as possible, and they're going to do it by trying to get on base, trying to play small ball, trying to manufacture runs, take their walks. They're very pesky. They're very pesky, and the Dodgers' way of neutralizing that is with big offense. And I want to see big offense from this Dodgers team. My MVP for this series, I said it all year. I still have to stick with it. I'm going with Shohei Ohtani. And the reason is 16 of Ohtani's 16 of those at-bats that he had, 16 of those plate appearances that he had in the NLDS, 16 of his plate appearances against the Phillies were against lefties. Against the Brewers, that is going to go down significantly. Quintana's the only lefty starter they have, and he's really not even starting these days. He's more of a bulk guy. You also got Aaron Ashby, who goes today, Jared Koenig, and Robert Gasser. They do not have Christopher Sanchez, a Jesus Luzardo, a Ranger Suarez. And on top of that, one thing that Shohei really struggles with is lefties that throw at a 3/4 release arm angle. You're not going to see that this series as well, too. I think it's a big series for Shohei Ohtani. I think he's the MVP of the series. I think he hits 3 home runs this series. And I also think that he has a really good start where he goes at least 6 innings and gets 10 strikeouts. I know it's, you know what, let's say 9 strikeouts, but he's going to win the MVP for this series. But the key to this Brewers team, the third biggest key, is don't let the sum be greater than their parts. And that is the kind of team they have. As a team, they led the National League in on-base percentage and stolen bases. They were 9th in Major League Baseball as an overall offense at 107 weighted runs created plus. They were 3rd in runs scored at 4.98 per game. They take advantage of their opportunities. They were 1st in Major League Baseball in base running runs above average at 15. In baseball, Savant had them at 15. So that is how they're going to try to score their runs. And this Dodgers team, you have to do the small things. You can't have defensive lapses. If you make a bunch of errors against this Brewers team, they're going to score runs off that. You got to capitalize, play clean baseball because they have a really good defensive unit as well. My prediction for this series, I think the talent for the Dodgers with that rotation, with an offense that hasn't been their best. I mean, everyone's afraid of the offense. To me, it gives me reason for optimism knowing that you beat your biggest test in 4 games hitting less than 200. You don't have those lefties. You got players that are due, and Shohei Ohtani, I think Freddie Freeman as well. I think this Dodgers team wins this series. This Brewers team is really respectable. They really are. I'm going to be safe with it. I don't want to go back to Milwaukee, though. I don't want to go back to Milwaukee. I'm going to say Dodgers in 5. I'm going to say Dodgers in 5. I would not be surprised if it went 6, but I'm going Dodgers in 5. Shohei Ohtani wins NLCS MVP, and I think Roki Sasaki is electric once again. But let me know down below in the comment section, what is your prediction for this series? We got, all right, wait, that's not the safe. Wait, this is from Papo Monk. Wow, he backtracked and picked the safest MVP. I don't know about you, but I've been doing this show, feels like every day for an entire year, and I'm sticking with my original pick that I made, wait a minute, checks notes, during spring training. Spring training, my pick to win the NLCS MVP was Shohei Ohtani. Whether you say that's a safe pick, I don't care. I just want to make the right pick, okay? And I think anytime you have a guy that has the potential to be your best offensive player while also contribute as a starting pitcher and be a dominant starting pitcher in Game 3, then, well, there's certainly that, okay? I think the sneaky pick in this one, I think would be Freddie Freeman. I think Freddie Freeman comes alive as a left-handed hitter. He's difficult in these situations. I think Freddie Freeman, I mean, it's tough to call a guy who won the World Series MVP sneaky, but I think the sneakiest one you could probably pick would be probably Kike Hernandez. I mean, if Kike Hernandez is in the lineup every single day, he could get multiple home runs and have big moments. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Kike Hernandez do anything in October. He has the biggest jump in October production from regular season production. We've got Dan Moreno, Dmac, your back is safe. No tramp stamp, 0 for 4, no tramp stamp. He didn't make the roster. Yep. Hey, we got the wild thing. Hey, Dmac, how do we plan for short starts? What are your thoughts on the bust pen? So wild thing, nice nickname there, by the way. I think when short starts, for starters, I think if you do get a short start, you're going to see a lefty coming out of the pen potentially. Or I think Ben Kasparius is a guy who can give you a couple innings. So let's say if Blake Snell goes 4, I think you go to Ben Kasparius to get you 2. And if it's a Yamamoto who goes 4 or 3 or 4, I think it's either Clayton Kershaw or Justin Robleski that comes out. I think since Kersh has already pitched, maybe you see Kersh first, but it'll be one of those two for sure, Justin Robleski or Clayton Kershaw. And then you start playing matchups. Remember, in the postseason, you're not counting innings, you're counting outs. And you have a 3-batter minimum. So depending on the matchup and the situation, you're going to start going to guys like, look, Blake Treinen is going to have to pitch in a 7-game series. Alex Vesia is going to be put in tough situations. Roki Sasaki could go multiple innings again. I think the keys to this Dodgers bullpen, though, the biggest key is the continued success of Roki Sasaki, but even deeper than that, I think it's Emmett Sheehan. Because I think Emmett Sheehan's had some ups and downs, and I don't think that he's a certified postseason player yet. I think he has the potential to be that. He certainly has the stuff to be that. I think he's already a bullpen dog, but I think that he needs to prove that you can, just look at the last game. In Game 4, that should have been a double play ball. He whiffs on a ball thrown by Mookie Betts that was on line, and I think there were some nerves there. And I need to know that he can be in big situations where the nerves aren't impacting his performance. So I think the biggest key to the Dodgers bullpen is Emmett Sheehan, because as long as Emmett Sheehan is pitching well, you can trust him over a Blake Treinen. And then I think Ben Kasparius, if he pitches well, you can trust him over a Blake Treinen. So I think the path to a win every day for the Dodgers, every game is 6 from your starter at least, and then 7, 8, 9 is some combination of Emmett Sheehan, Alex Vesia, Anthony Banda, and Roki Sasaki. And then if Blake Treinen can earn the trust back of this team, I think he's in that mix as well. But I would not be surprised to see Ben Kasparius used in some high leverage moments, depending on how his stuff looks. So that's the answer to your question, I'm guessing. We've got Teo MVP. Who's your MVP? Oh, I like this. This is a really good sneaky pick. I like this. 4-seater sneaky pick says Will Smith. I really like that. That's a sneaky pick. He's rested. He's hungry. Oh, my Lord. We got a $99.99 super chat from Lola. Lola, you are the best. Dmac, pocket change for the week. Noel, thank you. I want to see Seattle as my second team face the Dodgers in the World Series and Snell to pitch at home as a Dodger. That is a great take. You are the best. We'll use that to get some brats and some beer, and maybe I can use that and they'll let me go down the slide in Milwaukee. Hopefully I won't get injured like the great Dave Vassay. By the way, I love that moment. Not because I hit, because of how funny he was after, man. Love me some DV. By the way, speaking of the Mariners legit last night getting that win. And right now the Mariners are up 3-2 in the second inning. So you can check that one out as well. It's an exciting series up in Toronto, the Rogers Center. Let's do some more predictions. We got some bold predictions. Agreed, Dmac. What's up, Lola? We got use Trinan at your own risk from Carl. Sneaky pick, Tommy Edman. That's a sneaky pick, Eric G. I agree. Absolutely. He hits lefties so much better than he does righties. So there's going to be more righties this series. El Manchingo, what's up? We got Doug, go down the slide, give Bernie a pie in the face. Want to see LA and Seattle in the World Series from Tommy James. Absolutely. We got Charlene O, just waiting for Shohei to take revenge for his meh playoff performance last year. He had a couple bombs in the NLCS. He got injured in the World Series. But yeah, I mean, I think his best moment happened in the NLDS when he hit the 3-run home run to tie it off of Dylan Cease in Game 1 of the NLDS. So yeah, he definitely could use a signature moment, and I certainly think that he has the makings of doing that. DMAC, read the super chat. Okay, let's see. We got I got a Lola super chat. I got a LFG Dodgers from Charlene. Appreciate that. Let's go. All right, by the way, guys, just a reminder to join us. Just a reminder to join us after the game. After the game for the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Join us. We will be doing a T-shirt giveaway, and it's going to be super lit. So definitely join us for that. Be sure to join us for the post-game show. I got my prediction in. I got my boldest prediction in this one. I think my boldest prediction is Ha-Seong Kim will steal home to win in Game 7. No, of course, I'm obviously there. We'll be on the road, but I think I got. Give me your boldest prediction. Give me your boldest prediction in this one. My boldest prediction in this one. Yeah, let me know down below. Alex Call bomb. Alex Call game winner. Who's it going to be? We got hi DMAC. Everyone go Dodgers. Up Bruce Davis. What up DMAC from Max Kuhn. Ricardo, we need that Blake Snell song in the outro. You guys just are all about the Blake Snell song. Hey, that's a banger. Yeah. My bold prediction then. How about my bold prediction is in the World Series when they have the rap battle like they do every year. You had Ice Cube going for the Dodgers and Fat Joe going for the Yankees, and yeah, that was not very good. The only thing that went all the way up and all the way out was Freddie Freeman's home run. But Blake Snell's got to do the rap. Blake Snell's got to do the rap for the Dodgers this year in this series. But I think my bold prediction in this one, I've already kind of told you that Bilal Case's Dodgers sweep. Boldest prediction, missed Mac Cheese. The boldest prediction, the Dodgers bullpen will throw all shutout innings. All shutout innings. Glock says Ohtani cycle. Shohei Ohtani 2-home run game. Bruce Davis Smith will have a big hit home run. Senior Hefe, Freddie Freeman has another walk-off. I like that one. It's a Tuesday workday morning here in Japan, but let's go Dodgers. Alvaro Enriquez, bold prediction. Yamamoto throws a no-hitter for 8 innings. Roki closes for a team no-hitter. I like that one. Drew Durr, Ohtani hits 4 home runs, including I was gonna do the team no hitter one, but I was gonna do it for the Ohtani start at Dodger Stadium. But you got the one for Yamamoto. I like that. Rich says, I want Snell to rap the national anthem at the World Series. Bold prediction: Kershaw pitches the final out of the World Series. Don Davis, Yama no hitter. Eric G, my bold predictions: Dodgers take game 1 and 2. I like that. Taking game 1 at 2. Snell throws a perfect game tonight from Ron. Stoppable. Justin Dean. Okay. Francisco Giles, you're getting really bold. Justin Dean homers on a walk-off grand slam. Yama no-hitter will be amazing. All right, sounds good, guys. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at Dmac_LA. And just a reminder that if you haven't yet, be sure to go over to the LA Sports Report. Go over to the LA Sports Report and be sure to subscribe. After tonight's game, we'll be doing a breakdown over on the LA Sports Report of the game. So as far as highlights and things like that we can't show on Dodgers Nation, we'll be able to show at the LA Sports Report. And if you go over there, you'll be able to get different highlights and different things like that. So definitely do that. Go to gearup.la. Go to gearup.la for the best Dodgers t-shirts in the game. You'll find that over there. Got some new ones that are dropping very, very soon here. And we got a new Mr. Keektober shirt. We got a new Roki Sasaki shirt. We got all kinds of stuff over at the LA Sports Report. So be sure to do that. And we got gearup.la and at our Discord. So, yep, guys, join us right after the game to break it all down. And I see some more good bold predictions in here. Blue Jays scored 2 runs already. Shohei crushing the Miller cans. Yeah, bold prediction. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good. I like that. Justin Dean walk-off home run in Game 7. That'd be tough because for him to hit a walk-off home run in Game 7, he would have to be on the Brewers because Game 7 would be there. But we'll leave you with our promo for the LA Sports Report. See you guys a little later. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification, hit the like button. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out. LA is the sports capital of the world. The Lakers have entered their Luka Doncic era. LeBron doesn't just want a farewell tour, he wants a farewell title. The Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. Go, Kings, go! The Dodgers are the best run franchise in all of professional sports. Shohei Ohtani is the GOAT. Steve Ballmer will do anything to get the Clippers a championship. Mick Cronin has to win a national championship at UCLA. Justin Herbert is a top 5 quarterback in this league. College football is just better when USC is good. This whole city has the Mamba mentality. I love LA.